Oh, we're up. We should be live.
I had to use those what do you call it ones? Those work for me sometimes.
The
The
little
ones that
the
expand in the
clitty.
wall, they're metal. Like you push them through the wall and they go.
Yeah, I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
They those. So I feel like those work when you're working in a space that's all hollow behind it. Like there's really nothing there for it to grab onto. I think those work, but don't
That's
put
what they're
so
meant
much.
for.
Yeah, don't put too much faith into it. You know what I mean? Don't go put a 300-pound TV. Well, that nobody's got a 300-pound TV, but don't go putting something up there that you're trying to put real, honest to God faith in staying up on the wall.
Yeah.
But
I've never had an issue with anchors because I usually just use anchors that are bigger than what I need them to be, just in case. You know what I mean? Like I put up a shelf, I use anchors that hold 100 pounds apiece. Like ain't shit gonna happen if combined they're holding 400 plus pounds. Like those anchors aren't coming out.
you know how much time I would have to spend patching holes if I took down all the shelving I put up in the house?
Just put up new drywall at that point.
And my shit was random too. It was just like, fuck it, put one here. Fuck it, put one here.
I had to
It
do a
looks,
lot. I had to do a lot of hole patching when I sold the house in South Florida.
That
yeah,
does
I mean,
not surprise me.
it looks cool. It's just,
What part of it doesn't surprise you?
That Tony and his just doing it wherever with no rhyme or reason. That does not surprise me
Gotcha.
at all.
Are we cutting out or are you cutting out?
Jesus. If I'm cutting out, then we can cancel the show because I'm not going to put up with that bullshit. Like,
You won't restart today? It's just not happening.
you gotta be fucking joking me, dude.
What happened?
His internet's not working well with others. Hola.
Now you're delayed when you're talking.
Emotionally or just
No, as in you're speaking, and then I hear you, and then a couple seconds later, your mouth actually moves in the video.
okay? I can leave and rejoin.
No, I mean now you're working, but let's see.
I disconnected from my internet just to make sure. Bandwidth.
Who knows? I mean, I just came back, so.
Hola.
So
You're not deja vu. I said it first.
I'm lost.
That's okay.
now it's
Henry
delayed in
Kissinger.
reverse.
What does that mean, John? Like,
Well,
I'm
no,
trying to fix
when
this.
No, when you got out, it's not you, it's Tony. When you got out, Tony was talking and you could hear his voice, and then seconds later his mouth would move. But now his mouth moves, and then seconds later you hear what he's saying. So whatever was going on with Tony reversed. It has nothing to do with you. You're coming in fine. Tony on mine is messed up again.
Am I messed up?
Yes, you're still messed up now.
Okay.
Oh man, I'm
I'll be right back.
about to blow a house up.
That's the most random thing to say.
What's up, Diaz? Trying to get this fucking show going, but all hell's breaking loose across the fucking board.
What you got to do is be like, I'm gonna get my show back.
I got nothing.
Oh man, good
Well,
times.
Tony should be back now.
There you go. Good call.
Am I good?
You're good now.
Okay. You want to know something kind of weird? So
Nope.
when I went to log back in, it automatically defaulted to drinks and toys, which is weird because usually after this, if I'm logged into this, I see Collector's Hideout as the first thing that loads.
That is weird. Because like when I came in today, it was into Shell's drinks and toys from Tuesday.
Weird.
That being said, welcome to Collector's Hideout, the podcast where we have technical difficulties consistently, apparently. and we get together, talk shit about random things in the collector realm, the pop culture world, whether it be movies, games, fucking toys, wrestling, whatever kind of hot topic is, and we decide to discuss. Um, so I'm your host Weezy. Tonight I'm joined by, as usual, Mr. Psycho. How you doing? My co-host.
Well, how's it going?
Fucking horrible. And Shellhead Tony, how you doing, brother?
Good. It sounded like you said Harold Squeezy, and I'm not sure who that was. Sounded like you said, I'm your host, Harold Squeezy.
That we'll go with that. We'll just change the name. Harold Squeezy in the house.
So now you're gonna pull a Che, right? So whenever anybody mispronounces his name, he just goes with.
Why not? So there was really no topic for this evening. Psycho brought up a couple ideas earlier about some general movies coming up, out soon, whatever. Maybe we just kind of do a wild card because I know Tony and I were discussing doing a movie deep dive on what was the movie called, Tony?
What was the last movie we were talking about? I'm sorry.
God damn it. It was a movie came out in the 80s. You said it was really fucked up movie.
Fucked up movie in the 80s. You're not talking about
High
hell.
Tension.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's in the 90s, but yeah.
Oh, well, whatever.
But we weren't going to do that because Psycho didn't want to. I thought we were saving that for a watch.
No, we're gonna do it for a watch. No, we're not doing that tonight. But
okay.
You and I are gonna do that on a watch. But
yes, I'm looking forward to that.
That will be one. In fact, on TikTok, I had brought up movies that people feel are kind of like must watches, and that popped up a few times. So definitely will be attacking that one. So let's get into this before I start, throwing shit across the room and breaking everything. Psycho wanted to discuss movies that are coming out soon. That was one thing he did bring up. I have no idea what's coming out anytime soon.
Yeah,
outside of a movie called Ice Cream Man that looks insanely brutal.
I saw that preview too.
Insanely brutal.
I started thinking about this topic because there was a little bit more than that when I was talking to Chris about it. I read this article about how movie theaters are making a comeback, right? People are finally starting to go back to the movie theaters. And they're wondering if it's too little too late. And so the first thing that I was telling Chris about was, what kind of movie gets you out to the theater? Like, do you still go to the theaters? And if you do, why? And if you don't, why? Right? And so I thought that would be kind of like an interesting topic. But then also I thought there are some pretty interesting movies coming out this summer, and I'm curious, whether there's plans to see any of them, whether there's plans to see all of them, because we don't really talk about a theater experience here. So those were kind of the things rattling around in my head after reading that article online.
Yeah, so I grew up. I mean, I feel like we all did, right? I've only got. We do this every time, but what have I got? Like 3 or 4 years on you guys?
You got like 8-9 years on both of us.
Oh, good.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's only like 50.
Oh, good. This is getting better. So back when the automobile came out, no. So I remember when I was a kid, that when you were growing up, there was only so many things you went and did. Like we'd go, when we could drive, we drove wherever to go hang out. Usually it was parking lots, rec centers, like anywhere you could be away from everybody. You just hung out, didn't create a problem. We weren't really getting in trouble and shit. Not that anybody noticed, but when you couldn't drive and you could only get dropped off places, well, we only went one of really 3 places. And I didn't like going to the mall. It was boring. Because if you didn't have money, what are you doing? You're walking around doing nothing.
Yep.
And, but I ended up working in a mall, but that's a whole other thing. And then I'd get dropped off at the movie theater. And then I can't remember what the other thing was. But in any case, the movie theater was the one I was going to focus on because where else could you go? So you hung out with your friends and you went and saw a movie.
Yeah.
It was, you didn't need, you got popcorn, but you didn't need it. But even if you were going to the movies, $15, you could see the movie, you get some popcorn, and that was it. Nowadays, God, but I guess my point is that I still have that mental nostalgia of the feeling of walking into the movie theater and getting your stuff and going sitting and enjoying a movie on this gigantic screen with the best audio and the best thing that you could possibly have. And it's hard to have that at home, that experience and that feeling. And my kids still love it. They love going to the movies.
Yeah. I mean, and so I had a similar experience, except, you know, when I was growing up, my dad and I didn't do much. His disability wouldn't let him go anywhere or do anything. We didn't really have a lot of money, but he would get movie tickets from donating blood when I was younger. And so he'd get 2 tickets, and so we'd go to the theater. But not having a lot of money, my dad, we would go to the theater first thing in the morning, right? The first show of what we wanted, and we would plan out going to every movie that was out at the time. So we'd like leave one movie when it was done, walk into the adjoining theater like next to it, and go
Theater hopping.
Yeah, we would spend the entire day at the movie theater.
So Psycho's just admitting to theft. Okay,
You'd,
cool.
you'd buy the popcorn and drink that was refillable, right? Like you buy it, you could refill it all day, and that's kind of the thing. You just go movie to movie to movie, and so I grew up going to the movies and seeing everything in the theater, and I still like going to the movies, but I think that for a while there really wasn't reason to go. Because there are movies that I still today believe you got to see this in theaters, right? Like this is an experience you need to have in the theater because you can't replicate that experience anywhere.
I agree with that.
And so it's an interesting thing because we went to the movies yesterday, and we took my daughter, and so my wife, my daughter and I went and saw the Mandalorian movie. And we really enjoyed it. Yeah, we really enjoyed it. I understand the criticism. People are like, oh, this could have been a season of the show. It could have been, but it's not. It's a movie, so what's the problem? But my wife is of the opposite opinion. When we were dating, she liked going to the movies. We'd go to the movies. We'd have a good time. But now that we're older, she has no interest in going to the movies anymore. She's like, why do I want to go to the movies? We can watch it on TV here at the house. The screen is pretty much just as big from where you're sitting. Well, because we're sitting, I don't know, 5-6 feet away from the wall where the TV is hung. The TV is 85-inch.
Right. Understood.
And I have a 7.2 surround sound system built into the home. And so when we're watching a movie, it's like being in the theater. And my wife always says, well, I'd rather just watch it at home because I could pause it whenever I want. I can go to the bathroom. I can go get snacks. I can do whatever I need to do. And so getting her out to the theater is kind of a chore. It's just not something she's really into anymore. And so it's just interesting how things have changed. The theater used to be a destination. You'd go and watch movies, and a lot of people aren't doing that anymore. And I'm wondering if it is because of the proliferation of large TVs and surround sound systems, right? So it's an interesting thing.
I mean, I used to go to the movie theaters a lot, but I just I don't know. I don't give a shit about a movie theater. Like, I can agree that there are some movies that you watch, oh, this would probably look amazing on the big screen, right? Like, I get that, but I think the biggest problem with movie theaters and the reason for their death that I think anybody who was alive within the past 5 years knows, COVID destroyed the theater, right? Because we had essentially 2 years of people not allowed or not going because they didn't allow this and that. And I think a lot of people realize that it's not a necessity. Like, you were forced to give it up, but it wasn't like, oh my God. And people didn't like blow their brains out because of it. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't just that people realized it wasn't a necessity. It was literally just like a fun thing to do, and they were able to get by and figure out other things to do and other ways to do it. Now they're coming back. Part of it is that they were trying to bribe the shit out of people with now popcorn buckets. Like, they're really like trying to do anything to bring people back into theaters. But I think another problem with the theater is that obviously not all theaters, but a good chunk of movie theaters are attached to malls, and malls themselves are dying. So when you have a mall that's a ghost town, basically, maybe 3 stores in it, and then a movie theater, things just start going down in that retrospect too. I think people are just kind of tired of that bullshit.
So I feel like those movie theaters that are attached to malls, and I can think of one off the top of my head. I know there's others, but only one I can think of off the top of my head at the moment. Is Citrus Park Town Center for us. So there's another one in Tampa. I want to say it's like AMC or something. And if Rebel was here, she would know. She's actually on her way in a little bit, but she would know what I'm talking about. But they're attached to malls, and they're like, you walk from the parking lot straight into the movie theater, but you can walk beyond the movie theater, like almost a Best Buy, walk beyond it into the mall area.
Right. Yeah,
And
the
I know,
movie theater is usually one of the anchors, like right on the outside,
right.
so you can get into it through there or through the mall. Yeah.
So it's funny because in my brain, like when I see something like that, even though I know malls are dying, the first thing I think is, why are there not more? Remember we used to have like FYE,
Yeah.
places like that where they were just like, they had all kinds of movie swag and memorabilia and all kinds of shit that they would have on top of music and movies, right? That's what they sold.
Yeah.
But they would have all the other stuff. Why is that not something that's more popular again with movie theaters that are in malls? Because as somebody's going to the movies and they get out of the movie, everything's a hype, right? Like, so they sell a lot of swag and stuff before you even go into the movie theater, especially this one in Tampa, that before you even get into the movie, we went and saw some Avengers movie, and I'm sorry, I don't know which one, but we're standing in line,
Probably a bad
and
one.
I don't know, but Rebel Girl looks over, and they had lounge flies, and they had a freaking lounge fly. I think it was like a certain Captain America bag, and she, the price wasn't hyped up, but they had it there, and she's like, "Oh crap!" So she bought the bag because we're going to see the movie. She wanted the bag, and then she had done the same thing with some like when we went and saw a Star Wars movie, and I think it's when they redid like Return of the Jedi or something. You could watch it in the theaters. When we went, they had a bunch of swag set up, and she bought some of the swag. And I'm thinking, man, if you've got a theater that doesn't have that, why is it not more popular to have either kiosks or an FYE style store right next to the movie theater for whatever's popular at the time? And they have to cycle out the merchandise for whatever movies in the last month, let's say, that have been in the theater.
I just, to do something like that, you think from a company or a business standpoint, that would be trying to flip too much merchandise too quickly, like rotating it, right? If you have to change all your merchandise in a month because the new movie's coming. Now, if it's part of the actual movie theater, they can plan out and they can do stuff, whatever. But they'll be like, oh, an FYE. Oh, guys, end of the month, we got to tear all this shit out and put in the next set of movie merchandise. Like, I just think realistically, it's not there, especially when people can just go online and buy it all like quick.
Okay, so popcorn buckets, and I get your point. I'm guilty of it. I bought a couple popcorn buckets off the actual websites for AMC and whatever because you were scared you wouldn't get it in the movie theater.
That's true.
So
yes.
why not, if it's sold out in the theater, why not have that store that's right next door to the theater where it's like, hey, we have all of the same swag. Like, this movie's been out of the theater for 2 months, but you can still get the popcorn bucket if you missed it. I bet that stuff would hold up, and I bet it would sell.
I don't know, man.
So a couple of things. I kind of, to go back to what Chris was saying, I feel like the movie theaters, Chris said that people realize you didn't need it, but I think more than that, it's the pricing, right? Like going to
I didn't even get into that yet. About fucking...
The three of us went to see a movie Wednesday at 10 a.m., right? And it cost me $60-something for 3 tickets.
You had to open the theater. Like, they gave you the keys, and they're like, hey, go ahead and open yourself.
It's like, it's crazy how expensive it is to go to the theater. And then the price of popcorn and drinks and everything else. And then these popcorn buckets, I haven't bought any for a while. The last one I bought was last summer when Regal did the Superman bucket. And I would have bought the Yoshi one, but I couldn't find it anywhere. My daughter really wanted it. I would have bought it for her, but I couldn't find it. But it's like the pricing of the theater is crazy. And it used to be you could buy a Blu-ray for $20. Now a Blu-ray is like $35, something like that. But even then, at $35, I could buy a movie, own it forever, have the physical version and the digital version, and watch it at home. And that's about half of what I'm paying to take 3 of us to the theater.
But
And so it's
you also run into now. I mean, you guys know when we were in the 90s, you go watch a movie, you couldn't get even a VHS, Blu-ray, DVD for
like
6,
a year.
7 months, sometimes a year.
Yeah.
Now they're in the movie less than a month and they're streaming already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not even like you're like, oh, I'm going to miss out a year later until I can actually see this. I have to see it in theaters. It's my only way to see it and be up to date with, everybody around me who saw it. Like, no, just wait fucking 25 days and we'll be all right. Like, I can wait a month and see that bitch at home.
If Joe were here, he could probably tell us immediately. But I think that when we were younger, with the VHS, it was a year turnaround. So
I think Disney movies were a year.
And then a year later, you could get it. And then as we moved into DVD, that end of like VHS life cycle, beginning of DVD was taking about 6 to 8 months. And now, like you said, with digital access, I mean, it's on Apple TV in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, because like that new movie, and it's weird. So like that the horror movie that came out recently, Obsession or Obsessive, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
It's getting a month run and then it's being pulled, and like the very next day it goes on streaming. So it's like they're not even letting movies fully sit in the theaters for people to go and enjoy them who might be busy. They find the time, and really, like, you have a movie that every week it's getting more ticket sales than the previous week. Like, it's continually getting more, and they're still gonna pull it after a month and put it straight to streaming.
Isn't that because it's owned by Netflix?
I don't believe that's by Netflix.
Because
I know it might be. I don't think it is.
I know that's Netflix's model now. A lot of to attract the big name stars and the big name directors, they're saying that they're going to put things in the theater for 1 month, pull it, and then put it on Netflix.
And then Netflix also has this thing. Netflix is also opening like their own theaters. So where there's a rule that if you want your movie to be like able to be like Oscar nominated,
yes,
it has to be in a theater.
Yes.
In like one of 4 major cities for like a week. If it doesn't go at least a week, it can't be nominated for an Oscar. So they'll push them in just so they can put them for Oscar nominations.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, so, no, the Oscar rule. But I know like when Netflix tried to acquire Warner Brothers, the big complaint was that we won't have, like, we're going to lose the history of theater going because Netflix doesn't care about theaters. But Netflix is like, no, like we're putting our movies in theaters. They're there for 1 month. We pull them and we start streaming them, but they have a month in the theater so that people can watch them. And then it didn't matter because Paramount came in and just kept increasing their bid and attempting the hostile takeover, which apparently was accepted.
So another problem that I think with theaters that I've seen, you see videos of it, is that people suck. Huh?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that people suck. So it seems like back in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, you kind of had like the unwritten rule in movie theaters. Everybody's there to watch. You shut the fuck up. You enjoy the movie. But people these days don't give a shit about anybody else but themselves. So why the fuck am I going to go spend $60+ to go to a movie? And the asshole in front of me is going to be on his phone the whole time, fucking talking, interrupt, like make it so I can't enjoy. I just paid $60 for this movie. I've seen Psycho's dad threaten to beat the hell out of somebody for speaking during a free movie.
That's true.
I can only imagine what that man would do if he spent $70+ on a ticket and somebody even fucking farted loud while he was watching a movie.
What about the three assholes sitting behind you that went to McDonald's before the show and loaded up their hoodies with a ridiculous amount of food and just ate it during the movie?
That was us.
I know it was us. I'm just saying, like, you got those people to deal with too.
But I don't give a fuck about that as long as you're not like bothering me from watching what I just paid money for, right? And a lot of people now, like, even when people do shit like that and they're blatantly doing wrong, when anybody says anything, they get defensive. People start fighting. Like, you got fights breaking out in theaters because somebody won't put their goddamn phone away. Like, why am I going to deal with all this dumb shit? Because people are assholes. I can go home and do it there. The only thing I will give a theater is this. When I go to a theater, I abide by the rules that we grew up with. I don't touch my phone, right? But when I'm home, I grab my phone a lot. I'm checking this, checking that. I get distracted at home versus in a theater, I completely shut it out and I enjoy the movie 100%. But at the same time, that's where I know if I'm home and I'm watching something and I don't touch my phone, that must have been a really good attention grabbing movie that I didn't even fade away from it at the house. You know what I mean? To me,
So-
that speaks a lot for the movie.
That's how you felt when you were watching Little Shop of Horrors, right?
Yeah.
What was one of the ones what was one of the more recent ones we watched? Oh, fucking Groundhog Day. Jesus Christ. I think I watched half of that with the phone in front of my face. So I think that's also a big part of it. Like, people are just tired of other people being inconsiderate assholes.
So back to your point about like how quickly movies are coming out and whatnot. I had been wanting to go see Hoppers. I don't know if you saw it, Psycho. It's a kids movie.
I don't think so.
Okay, so this girl goes into like the body of a beaver. That's the best way I can explain it without giving away like most of the movie.
Okay.
So she goes into the body of a beaver, and you figure out why later. But anyway, it was called Hoppers, and the preview looked fantastic. I'm like, it's funny. I want to watch this. I like that Pixar type shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
They do such a good job with like the comedic portion of it. It's getting better and better. It's gritty enough that adults think it's funny. At the same time, they push stuff over kids' heads.
Like Shrek.
Yeah, actually 100% like Shrek. Shrek did a great job of doing that.
What's going on, Joe?
And but anyway, to that point, I was going to go see it myself last week. I was like, you know what? I'll go see it during the week. I'll just go up to the theater and watch it. That'd be weird. 45-year-old man watching Hoppers by himself.
I'm down, Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah, you know, I figured I'd go in there with weird colored wig and skirt. And so I ended up, I waited, and literally just this past Sunday, we passed on it, but just this past Sunday, it's free to watch on Disney. So tonight I ended up watching it with Kendall and Damien. And it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. But the other part of me is like, damn, I'm glad I didn't pay to watch this in theaters.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. It's just not $12, $13 for my ticket, you know, $20 for snack. And I don't usually get snacks at the movie theater. I either get just a soda because I don't eat the rest of the crap. But if I go and I'm hungry, they actually have like a good wrap at the movie theater I go to. So I'll actually get them to bring me food, but I won't eat garbage at the movie. It's just not something for me.
So now that you said that, that's another thing I think a lot of people are also getting tired of. Those movie theaters that's becoming like kind of the trend now, where you can go there, you sit down, you have like a fucking folding table that comes over your fucking legs, you have a menu, the fucking waiters are bringing you food and drinks and shit. Like, that's distracting as fuck when you're sitting there trying to watch a movie and these fucking waiters keep walking by with food and shit. Like, what are we doing? Like,
Well, they're supposed to be doing it before the movie starts. You should already have your stuff.
Are they doing that now? Because when they first did that in South Florida, you could be in the middle of the movie, you could put in an order on the little tablet, you put in the order, and they bring it right to you. Yeah.
No. We have
you're at the movie,
right?
Huh?
You what?
You're talking about the iPic Theater in South Florida?
It was in, I don't know what it was called. It was over off of Oakland Park area.
Yeah, we don't have that. So what we have is when you go to like give your ticket and stuff, you have to order whatever you're going to order right then and there. So when you're done doing that and you go get in line to like go through to your theater, that's giving them time to make it.
Oh yeah, no.
And they bring it to you before the previews.
No, these ones you sit down like you're sitting at a fucking table. And some of them are set up almost like tables, like at a
Yeah.
restaurant. You sit there and there's like a tablet on your armrest or whatever, and you put your order in at the tablet
Shit, I
while you're in
wish
the theater.
ours isn't that cool.
What frustrates me about the movie theater now, other than the price, which I already talked about, is that 64 dollars, whatever the hell it was that I spent. $7 of that is the fee for buying tickets, right? Like you can't show up to the theater to buy your seats anymore, because if you do, you're going to get crappy seats because you have to buy them in advance, right? But to buy them in advance, whether you use their app or whether you go on their website, they charge you a ticket fee of like $7, which is absolutely crazy.
Yep.
It's like you're forcing me to buy it on the app. It's not like I have choices to buy it someplace else. But then
I mean, you could go by the movie theater like the day before and just buy your tickets for the next day and do it.
Yeah, nobody's doing that.
I'm just saying.
So like we're going tomorrow to see Amazing Digital Circus, right? I don't know if you, John, you know what that is?
No.
Okay, that's weird. I thought you might. I'm not being funny, but so it was this this YouTube fan made show. It's actually good. It's actually funny, and it took off and it became popular with teenagers and younger kids for some reason, even though it's not kid appropriate. But Damien Kendall, they're 12. You know, like it's about that age.
Yeah.
Little bit of language and stuff, but they did a really good job. It's really entertaining. Well, they somehow, it got so popular so quick, they somehow got it approved where the last 2 episodes they're going to make of the series, like they're done, they're not doing anymore, and it's only like 13 episodes long. It's one series, but the last 2 episodes, they're doing as a 2-hour film in the movies.
Okay.
So I bought tickets because the kids wanted to go. You know, Damien and Kendall did, and we had to pay. I think I paid extra because it was a special feature film.
Yep.
And then if I didn't buy it ahead of time, there's no way I would have got tickets because it's already sold out in one of the other theaters, the good theater that we wanted to go to.
Yeah.
That's already sold out. So I had to get it at a different theater. Not that it's any worse. It's just that it doesn't have reclining seats, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I had to get it at the other theater. And it cost more money at that theater. And I didn't even get like a good spot. Like we're on a left side and we're like, there's going to be people. I mean, there's going to be people. It's going to be busy. And my only worry is exactly what Chris was saying earlier is I've had decent luck with movies, except when we went and saw Five Nights at Freddy. I basically had to tell people shut up before there was a problem. There were too many teenagers just talking, and eventually I'm just like, shut up. You try to be polite, but then you get to that point.
Yep.
And my worry is that this is going to be the same way because it's probably going to be the same kind of crowd.
Probably.
And everybody wants to see it, so shut up because they're not going to show it on Netflix or YouTube. It's supposed to be you're only going to be able to see it in the theater. I'm sure they'll release it later, but they're saying that they're not going to. So,
yeah, no, it's definitely crazy, and it's like they put you in this environment where you can only buy it essentially through their app. It's the only way to guarantee it, but then they charge you for using it. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Why is it that you're charging me more money to use your app, which is the only thing I can use? Like, that's absolutely crazy. But I mean,
crazy.
There's a bunch of movies coming out this summer that I'm actually interested in, right? Like, so I wanted to see The Mandalorian and Grogu. We went and saw it. I'm very interested in seeing the new Supergirl movie. I like James Gunn's interpretation of Superman.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, so I want to see Supergirl, and that feels like a movie you need to go see in the theaters the first time.
It looks good with Lobo and everything.
Yeah. I saw a trailer for a new movie that I had no idea what it was, but it was very intriguing. It's called The End of Oak Street. I don't know if you guys have seen the trailer for that, but it's very...
people... Is that the one where like you go to the end and it's just like cut off?
Yeah.
People are claiming the speculation that it's going to wind up being a Cloverfield movie.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just, it was very...
Because I think, if I remember correctly, one of the Cloverfields, like, there's a section that gets, like, corded off and, like, it disappears. This whole huge section. and the speculation is that this winds up to be that section and that story.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely interesting because you don't know what the hell is going on in the trailer. So, like, at first, it's just a regular suburban family, right? And it's got Ewan McGregor in it and Anne Hathaway as the parents, and it seems pretty normal. And then everybody goes to bed, and then there's all these bright lights that are very reminiscent of Close Encounters. And then the kid like gets woken up, and his dog is barking in the backyard and freaking out. And in the morning, he's having breakfast with his parents. He's telling them about it. He's like, "How none of you saw it?" And the father's like, "Ooh, maybe it's aliens, right?" And they go outside, and everything is normal. But then it starts. They're like traveling, and they get to the end of this road, which I'm gonna assume is Oak Street, and it's just a straight drop off into this like primordial forest. And then it doesn't go the way you think it's going to go. Like it makes like a right, and like all sorts of crazy stuff starts happening. And I don't want to give away what it is, so you can see the trailer. But I mean, I was very, very intrigued. Like I'm like, okay, this is something I would absolutely watch.
So apparently, it's dinosaurs.
Yes, it is. It is. It is.
Did you guys already say that?
I didn't. I said I wasn't going to tell you so that you could watch the trailer, but it is.
Oh.
It's dinosaurs.
Anne Hathaway is not what I thought she'd be.
But it's interesting because like the trailer does not.
Don't even know what to say to that.
The trailer doesn't start leaning that way at all. It just randomly all of a sudden dinosaur. It's like, okay.
Yeah, it's
odd. I want to see Motu. That comes out tomorrow, doesn't it?
Yeah. Of all the trailers that I've seen it, I said yesterday when I saw the final trailer, I'm like, you know what? I think I will see this. I think I'm actually gonna watch this film.
I sent you the Skeletor one, right? I sent you guys the part where Skeletor is like asking for Evelyn to come up, and he starts laughing. And
no, I don't recall that. But
oh my god!
But
check the collector's chat. That sealed it for me. I already wanted to see it, and then you finally get. Listen, everybody was thinking the same thing. Leto's going to fuck the roll up, right?
So the reviews I've heard and watched for it, you never see him and you never hear his voice.
So his
like Jared Leto himself. Like you don't see his face. You don't hear Jared Leto voice. He's dubbed over the whole time.
Yeah, he's dubbed over. So that's why it's good, because didn't we all talk about this before? We were like, if they do his if they let him talk, it's gonna be garbage and blah blah blah.
Weird.
What was it, a year ago we did this?
I don't fucking know. It's probably within the past 5 months when they would have first done the trailer, because they never showed him talk in the first trailer.
So
but there are apparently 3 after credit scenes.
Okay.
Well, there's like one right before the credits, then mid credit, then after credits. And apparently one of them is like mind blowing.
Of what?
Like of whatever the credit scene is mind blowing.
Oh, so that was a random thing to throw in there because I was still talking about Skeletor. So when Skeletor is
Skeletor is ass. No.
So he he's standing there and he's calling for Evelyn, and she's walking up, and I don't know who plays her. She does look I recognize it, but I can't think of who she is. Or she just looks like somebody, but she's walking up, and I just like it so much because they absolutely pay homage to how really at the end of the day, how idiotic Skeletor's character was written back in the 80s. They do a great job of capturing that in just that moment, his funny moment. And I'm sure there are more in the actual, the movie. And Evelyn, the way she walks up, she's like, yeah, I hear you, my lord, or whatever. Again, it was very natural. It was very organic, the way they flowed for that moment. And he like stops laughing and he turns to her and he goes, that was it. That was the end of it. I told you, when I stop doing it, that means I'm done. I'm done explaining. That's the end of it. And they're all standing here like all the villains, like even got Beastman. And he just goes, like turns to the side, like I don't know what's going on, and it's just all very organic. It's done really well, and if the rest of the movie is even remotely as well done and entertaining as that one stupid little scene, it's going to be a fucking blockbuster that just gonna, I think it's going to take the world by storm. The swag is already there. You can get a goddamn sword, you know, a giant ass sword, Sword of Eternia, you know, to put your drinky in.
Well,
and then,
you can't get it because people are buying literally all of them.
So
people have been going to the theater, and as soon as the theater opens for the last several days, they go into the theater and they ask, and they're like buying all of them. I was just reading this post where
I mean, that's what they were doing when they did the Ghostbuster ones too. They fucking go in, they scalpers would buy it all and then sell them online.
Yeah, but I mean, for the sword, like I was just seeing a post where a guy bought like all the merchandise, but one of everything, and he was saying how he went into the show last night. I think it was there's a preview, and they didn't have anything, and he went in this morning, and before he went to work to see if they got it because they said it might have come in. And he went in, and the guy in front of him was buying all of them. And before they gave the guy everything, like, hey, what are you here for? He's like, I was hoping to get a sword. They wouldn't let the guy in front buy all of them. They took one out and let the guy behind buy it. And of course, the guy in front was super pissed. I was here first. I should be able to buy all these. But the guy was talking about his experience and how they were looking out for him and let him buy one before selling all of them. But it's just, that shit is stupid.
it just blows my mind, man. Like, I mean, it really shouldn't anymore, but how shitty and greedy can you be that you're just like, I don't want anybody else to enjoy this shit. I'm gonna buy it all and sell it for 5 times what it cost me. Because what's the sword? Probably $100.
I don't know. I mean, I thought the sword was significantly cheaper. It's like $40.
Oh, so I mean, even better. So the price point is very you know, doable.
Yes.
And then you turn around and go, oh, you got 10 of them? I'll take all 10.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'm sure they have more than that, but
now, I mean, I did buy when Ghostbusters Afterlife came out. I bought 2 Slimer buckets, and I bought I think like 3 Ecto ones, but I did not buy all of them from the same theater. I went around to different theaters. My brother wanted an Ecto one. I think I picked one up in case Chris couldn't find it. And the Slimer bucket I bought because I thought it was cool. And then my brother ended up not wanting that one too. So, I mean, I did buy a lot, but I didn't just buy everything one theater had. I tried to be very cautious about that.
did your movie theater have the when you went and saw the Mandalorian movie, did it have the AT-AT bucket?
No.
See, ours had nothing. Ours had 2 styles of metal bucket you could purchase, and that's it. One was like had just Grogu on it, and the other one had Grogu and the Mando on it, and that's it. The only thing you could buy for the freaking movie.
The only
I'll give them credit. Like most of those popcorn buckets, they might sell out in theaters, but they usually wind up putting them online. You can pick them up either within the month or even afterwards. They're restock them and then they kind of shelf form because they have just an infinite stock on their websites.
Yeah, the only 2 popcorn buckets that were in my theater were the Mortal Kombat 2 green bucket, the one that looks like the green like fire with the 2 different cups in it, and then they had a Mandalorian popcorn bucket that was Mando with Grogu on his shoulder. It looked like a bust.
Metal?
Open it. No, it was plastic. You could open it and the popcorn went inside it. That was it.
I mean, I've got
for Masters of the Universe or anything else.
I've got zero. Like, I want to see Masters. I've seen the trailer a few times. I've got no interest.
I think you'd like it, man. I think you'd really enjoy it.
Hey, when it pops up at the library, I'll get it. That's what
All
I'll do.
5 copies, baby.
But yeah, I don't know. Like Pixel Dan raved about it, and Pixel Dan, right? You know, if Pixel Dan came out and said that movie was trash, then you know it's a bad movie. But
Yeah.
he said it was great, so it could still be bad. But he's just such a fan, and he was invited to like the red or the purple carpet premiere of it and all that. But he did mention though that there's some things that he saw in it that he wasn't really a fan of the way they did certain things. But he also said I could see I can already see where people are gonna bitch and moan.
Yeah. Well,
Like what people are gonna complain about, with how the world is right now, that they're gonna complain and bitch about certain aspects. And
and
I
it's
was like, I do that too. Like when I'll be watching like Predator, I'm like, oh yeah, no, that I know people are gonna bitch about that, and that's usually what they wind up bitching about, and just kind of where we're at, sadly.
yeah, I mean, and it's hard because that stupid stuff is happening for everything now, right? Like, so there's all these people online that are saying the Supergirl movie is terrible and they shouldn't be making it, and it's like nobody knows anything about the movie. So this idea that it shouldn't have been made, and
Hey, what's going on, Dead Frame?
it's all just political correctness to give her own movie. I mean, Supergirl's a legitimate character. It's not like they created the character just for this movie. The character's been around forever. So this idea that it's just to be politically correct is just ridiculous.
I did want to, because I mentioned earlier, and Tony's saw the trailer. I know, Psycho, you haven't seen the trailer most likely, and you won't see it. But that movie, The Ice Cream Man, Tony, that thing looks insane.
So it reminds me of, real quick before we get too far into that, Dead Frame. Go follow his channel. That is actually a team member that works in my Inverness store, and he is starting a horror podcast, and he also has a Twitch channel, all kinds of cool stuff. So,
Awesome.
Yeah, he's got like another called Clutch Shift Go. It's car enthusiasts. He's got like 75,000 followers. So cool dude, and he's been with me where I work for probably the last 15 plus years at least. But
goddamn,
Joe, you didn't send the link.
Yeah, I didn't link anything, but I was gonna say, Chris, what it reminds me of, and I just watched this movie recently again. You remember the movie Legion?
Yeah.
So it reminds me, or it makes me think that.
Hold on, Legion. That's the one with the old lady that wanted to kill the.
Yes.
Okay.
So I feel like most of the characters in that movie could have had their own movie, the Ice Cream Man being one of them. So that's the first thing I thought of when the Ice Cream Man movie trailer came out. I was like, oh, the guy from Legion, that could have definitely been its own movie.
So at first, when I first saw just like the name and like where it was kind of going, it made me remember the original Ice Cream Man with Howard. Ron Howard's brother. Where the fuck Ron Howard has a brother? Yes. Are we aware of this?
Ron Howard's brother.
He's in like a buttload. He's fucking ugly as sin, and he's in a buttload of horror movies.
That's called Rocky Dennis.
Not that ugly.
Ron Howard's brother. Clint Howard. Yes, he is ugly as shit.
But he was in a movie back in the late 80s, early 90s called The Ice Cream Man, where he plays an ice cream man who kills children and people. So I thought they were like remaking that. I was like, okay, weird movie to do a remake, but cool, I'm in. But then with the way that fucking Ice Cream Man fucking trailer went, this new one, holy shit. It's like Children of the Corn on steroids. It's just murder upon murder. And the only problem I had with it is that I feel watching the trailer, I almost feel like I watched the entire movie. Did you feel that at all watching this?
I feel like it's one of those. I don't want to call it straight up B-rated, but I feel like it's one of those movies that
it's a Del Toro movie.
No, I know, I understand, but hopefully they didn't show all the good parts.
But it's like when you watch that trailer and you see like they're showing like even like they're showing kills in it, cutting heads off, scooping brain, like they're showing so much. I'm like, man, either this movie has a lot that hasn't been shown, or they just showed me the entire thing and I don't need to watch it. But it looks good.
Well, so I guess the flip side, right? So because it's Del Toro, maybe he's just giving you a snippet and it's like, hey man, the rest of the movie is actually way worse.
I feel that's probably what it is. I'm gonna watch it. But
yeah, I'll watch it too. I mean, that's
but like I've never seen a trailer. What they call like an R-rated trailer. Like I've never seen a trailer with that much gore and over the top insanity going on. But Joe, you should look it up. It's if you haven't seen it, just look at the trailer for Ice Cream Man 2026. Oh man.
I will say in response to what Joe said, I don't think the movie looks horrible. I don't know if she's hung over the whole movie, but even if she is, right, like that's part of it. It's she's going through grief, right? Like she lost her planet, she lost her family, she lost everything she knows. All she has is this dog. And
So
it's
did
like
Princess Leia. She didn't get drunk, only in real life.
and it's like John Wick, right? Like you mess with the dog and it's time for you to go.
You get the horns? I don't know.
And so it's kind of like they killed John Wick's dog. He killed literally all of them. They poisoned Supergirl's dog and she goes after all of them. Whether or not she kills them, who knows? But it's in that same vein. And I don't think that superhero movies need to be bright and campy all the time. I think that if the story is done right, and I won't know until I see it, but I think if the story is done right, it's more than acceptable for her to be depressed and hungover and drunk trying to process all this stuff.
But
right? Like
isn't majority of their films more geared towards the darker side?
Well, that was the old DCU that Zack Snyder was doing. People are complaining because Superman was bright, right? Like the complaint about Man of Steel was that Superman is supposed to be bright and hopeful, and Zack Snyder made it not hopeful, and then actually literally darkened the entire palette with the I forget what program he used in the computer. But then James Gunn's Superman that came out last year was back to the original, like bright and hopeful Superman. And now people are seeing this and they're like, oh, Supergirl is depressed. Supergirl is drunk. It's like, yeah, because she's dealing with shit.
Well, I mean, I get, but isn't James Gunn over all of the DCU right now?
Yes.
So my comment about how it's very dark, gritty, adult oriented when you look at, I guess, the shows, because the shows like fucking Peacemaker are insane.
Well, remember, the shows weren't canon until like the last half of Peacemaker season 2.
I'm just saying, but the shows they've been doing are very still that, right? Fucking making Green Lantern the version he's a complete dick. All kinds of like sex, rape jokes, like all kinds of shit. So like DC seems to be like in that realm. So I wouldn't expect them to be dark, like bright, like a like Spider-Man movie. You know what I mean? Marvel has the real flashy that side, where DC seems to be more on the real level, darker side.
I haven't really watched the shows. I've been meaning to watch Peacemaker and I haven't. But again, like the only movie that's officially part of the new DC movie universe is Superman. And Supergirl will be the second movie.
But isn't Green Lantern in that?
Green Lantern is in Superman, but he's a jerk. But he's not like, it's not like he's not Batman from Batman vs Superman. He's not Superman from Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, but also Batman from Batman vs Superman didn't, comment how he was going to make somebody, another man perform oral sex on him either. Like that.
That was the Wishmaster. 2 different movies.
No, that was Green Lantern in fucking Peacemaker. And it's the same actor, same Green Lantern. Like
I never watched it. Is it which Green Lantern is it? Which guy?
It's the one from the Superman movie.
Which
version of
Guy Gardner?
Okay, thank you.
But again, like the Guy Gardner version of Green Lantern, that's how he is. That's comic accurate.
But no, that's perfectly fine. It could be comic accurate.
It's not Jon Stewart, so it's
you're like goalpost movie. That's fine. That could be who. I'm just saying they're going on the much darker end. Like they're going on that end. They're not going on the very.
But see, you're taking the darkness comment literal. Like you're doing what you say I do. What I'm saying is, if you compare Superman 2025 to Man of Steel, there is no way, even with all the characters in the movie, There's no way you can say that that is a darker toned movie than Man of Steel. Man of Steel had no hope. The story was, hey, you can't trust people, don't help people, don't.
See, I couldn't say because I didn't watch the new
risk.
Superman movie because Superman's gay.
But then Superman 2025 was back to like the Christopher Reeve ideology of Superman. And so, yes, is Guy Gardner a dickhead? Absolutely. But it's because he's a dickhead in the comics.
Well, I did see the new Superman. That's when they had crypto in it, right?
Yes.
Oh, that shit was whack. All right, it wasn't whack, but it wasn't great. Because he fights the kaiju, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Joe, what you're saying is that there shouldn't be, you said maybe in my mind, superhero movies should be bright and motivating, not dark, depressed, drunk, suicidal. So it's like, I guess that takes Batman Begins out for you. That would take
Joe, don't watch The Boys.
That would take The Dark Knight out for you. That would take The Dark Knight Rises. It would take Superman, or excuse me, not Superman, but the first Spider-Man movie in 2001, Spider-Man 2, that would be gone as well. Spider-Man 3. So I would imagine that your list of acceptable superhero movies would be significantly shorter than it is.
But see, I guess when I'm thinking of like a movie's dark, I'm thinking like more adult oriented, not the bright, flashy, kiddie fun. You know what I mean? That's why DC, I'm like darker. Like they're to me much more on the adult side, much more.
When I say dark, I'm talking about like Tim Burton-esque, right? So like the reason they got rid of Burton as director and didn't let him make Batman Continues was because Batman straight up murders somebody in the movie when he puts the dynamite in his belt, like pushes him down the sewer. So it's like people were like, "Hey, this is supposed to be for kids." Like that's dark. It's film dark. It's very like isolating and depressing.
I got you.
And like we're not getting that in the new movies. We'll see how it goes, but
so I don't think to Joe's point. I think he's completely wrong. So I think earlier adaptations of those characters should have been bright and all that kind of crap, and that's what they were. That was fine. The comic books in the 40s and the 50s, 60s or what have you, things were brighter. Things were more, vibrant. It's like who's going to save us, like that kind of thing. And it's not like that now. We're living in a world where it's almost like movies are written in the idea that metahumans exist.
Well, yeah,
right?
That's what like The Boys was. Like
that's what I'm trying to say. Like they're written as if metahumans exist. So it's not like it's like, what is that in the sky? I don't know what it is. Who's gonna save us? It's not like that anymore. It's more like, fuck, we're getting attacked again. Where the hell's Superman? Like he doesn't need to come down in a bright yellow or bright blue and red suit. He just comes down. He's like, yeah, what's going on? These guys again? All right, don't worry about it. I got it. Like
it's very much, and I know you don't watch the stuff, but it's very much like wrestling, right? Wrestling in the 80s was very over the top. These big characters, like insanity.
Now
but then when you got
wrestling with each other.
No, but then when you got to like the late 90s and you got into the Attitude Era, everything became more real. The characters weren't like these out of the world like jobs and everything. Like, they were like just real guys. Oh, he's a biker, he's a badass, he's this. Like people want that in seems like in most superhero movies now. It's like people want it to be superheroes but ground in reality. They don't want to be in the full fantasy of a comic book. They want the comic book people in our world.
So then I'm curious for what Joe is saying, because I agree with what you're saying, Chris. I'm curious for what Joe is saying. I guess that means the only Batman movie that Joe liked is Batman 1966.
That's what I was going to say.
Because, like, if the Christian Bale movies are out, then that would mean that the Tim Burton movies must be out. And Batman Forever also leans a little dark. So maybe his movies are Batman 66 and Batman and Robin, right? Because, like, that would be it. That would
Batman and Robin had neon lights and was a little scandalous at points. They had nipples on their outfits.
Yeah, the bat nipples.
Except for conveniently Batgirl.
Right. She just had a big dong, apparently.
She just wore pasties over it to keep them smooth.
But yeah,
Such a terrible goddamn movie, dude.
it is. It's very bad. But
Oh my
it's
god.
like I also think that the depiction of the character needs to match the ideological stance of the character, right? Like Superman is about hope. It's about inspiring people. It's about
Sure.
someone having all this power, but also having the willpower to control it and not allow it to make them evil, right? And that's the thing that Lex Luthor is always worried about. It's this idea that, you know, oh, Superman can go bad and nobody can stop him, right? That's what Lex Luthor was always worried about. And Superman never goes there. But Batman, on the other hand, is a darker character. He works in the shadows. He does the things that the police won't do, right? Like he's written that way. It's always been that way. It's about vengeance for Batman, right? And so it's like the character has to match that. The tone of those movies has to be darker. As far as what Joe is saying, no, I don't think that the Joker role messed up Heath Ledger.
No, because Heath Ledger was into another movie already. It was like a year later or two, almost. Like
he died from an overdose of sleeping pills and cough medicine, right? Like, it's not like he was like, I got to get out of my head and start taking shit. Like that's not. He was doing like a movie that was completely the opposite.
Yeah, I think that's more of one of those what do you call it, cinematic urban legends that he got too involved in his role.
Well, because you can see where it gets down, right? Because of how dark the character was, and he did get into that mindset. When you hear from people on set, they said that he was like he was a method actor, like he got into character at all times, type of thing. But the fact like he was halfway through another movie, was a good year at least out from that. Like I don't think that really messed him up. I think we would have heard about there being problems way before. Like, oh, he's going to his new movie acting like the Joker still. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there would have been something coming out. Not just, oh, he died. Oh, it must have been because of that role.
So here's the thing, Joe. I'll give you that.
Okay, the
Joaquin Phoenix movie, I can believe. Because watching that movie, it's beautifully acted. It's beautifully directed. The cinematography is amazing. The story is great. But watching that movie, at the end of it, you feel like shit, right? Like there's no redeeming value in that movie, in my opinion, because you watch every facet, every safety net of society fail one individual until that individual is so lost that they're not recoverable. But comparing the Joaquin Phoenix Joker to the Heath Ledger Joker is absolutely crazy. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing at all.
And also, Joaquin Phoenix himself is already messed up.
Like, yeah, I mean, because Joaquin Phoenix watched his brother die. I mean, we can't just grab things and be like, oh, this is why. Like, Joaquin Phoenix was standing next to Johnny Depp, literally watching his brother River die at the Cobra Club, right? Like, he stood there watching his brother die. Like, if we want to talk about things that messed him up, that's what messed him up. He was much younger than his brother. It's not the Joker role, right? Not to mention that Heath Ledger's Joker wasn't even based on a psychopath. It was that poet, the singer, what's his face? Like, you can watch the video.
Tom Waits.
There you go, Tom Waits. Right? Like, that's clearly what Ledger's interpretation was based on.
Yeah, Tom Waits was not insane. He was I would almost equate him to a little bit of if somebody was asked to draw a cartoon version of Marilyn Manson. Because Marilyn Manson, as much as people, not anymore, but as much as when he came out, right, he was the shock value. And so everybody wanted to say things, and he must be nuts, and he must be this, and he must be that. And if you've ever heard any interview with the man ever, he is extremely intelligent.
Yes, he is.
And he's very, methodical in the way he handles conversation and represents himself truthfully. And so when you hear Tom Waits speak, even though Tom Waits comes across like he's disoriented in the brain, He's actually, again, he's very intelligent as well. And so when you hear him speak, if I had them both in a room, I think it'd be fantastic because they're both that kind of what does Lydia say? So people ignore the strange and unusual. That's kind of the reverse, though. These guys are a little strange or a little unusual, and so they get a limelight and they get this stereotype about them, and yet they turn out to be probably the two most level-headed of the people who are interviewing them.
But the other thing that you got to think about, Joe, again, in my opinion, is that method acting itself is dangerous. Because in method acting, you completely lose yourself to become someone else. So that's what messes with your head. Whether that character is good or whether that character is bad, suppressing yourself and who you are to instead live as somebody else is a problem. And that's what Jim Carrey was doing when he played Andy Kaufman, right? That's obviously what Heath Ledger was doing when he played the Joker. Jared Leto did the same thing, right? But when we talk about Heath Ledger playing the Joker, I can tell you that Heath Ledger never sent dead rats to his castmates the way Jared Leto did when he played the Joker. Right? So it's how far are we going to take the method acting thing?
So I think Jim Carrey is actually psychotic, and I just don't think anybody's identified it.
That's fine. I can see that.
I think he is clinically psychotic. I don't think it's an if or he's a little crazy. I think he is truly psychotic. It's just never been diagnosed.
Oh, you're here, folks. First here. Yep, it's confirmed. Jim Carrey, psychotic.
When he kills somebody, I just want to say I knew.
Dr. Toady just diagnosed Jim Carrey. Fair.
Wait, Drew Carey. I meant Drew Carey.
Nah. Again, it's kind of I look at the characters, I guess to bring this all back to where we started. I look at the characters and the kind of depiction that the character represents. Like when Chris mentioned Guy Gardner, I heard about how he behaved in Peacemaker. And for me, I just thought to myself, well, I haven't seen it yet, but that's how Guy Gardner acts in the comics. That's why he eventually gets the Green Lantern power taken away from him in some comics. And then in other comics, they just add more Green Lanterns in this sector so that he's not the only one because he's unstable, right? He's very egocentric and antagonistic. And that's why you get Hal Jordan. And then eventually you get what most people would probably say is the best of the Earth sector Green Lanterns, John Stewart. So
I thought he was the gay one.
No.
Oh. Gay Lantern?
TV host?
Who's Stevie Hoax?
No, TV host? John Stewart?
Oh.
No?
Or maybe?
What else is coming out this year that's got your attention? Because you said there's a bunch.
Well, yeah, so The Mandalorian Grogu was one. Supergirl is one. The End of Oak Street is one. The new Spider-Man movie is coming out at the end of July, which I'm super excited for. There's another. What's the name of it? Hold on.
Are you raising your hand or are you?
No, Tony was counting what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
We get past 5, and I don't know what comes after it, so you better don't go past that one.
I mean, I'm interested in the Steven Spielberg movie Disclosure Day. I'm interested in Toy Story 5. I don't know that I'll go and see it, but I am interested in it. I'm interested in The Odyssey. And Young Washington looks interesting depending on what's going on. So I know that for some reason I have a feeling my daughter's going to drag me to see the new Minions movie, which they're usually entertaining, but I'm not overly enthusiastic for that.
What's The Odyssey?
Homer and the Odyssey?
Is it Homer's Odyssey?
Yes.
Okay.
It's that car from the episode where he gets to design it. It's got the bubble on it.
No, that's just called the Homer.
I've got a Hot Wheel of that.
I have a big plastic version of it.
I'm ruined.
The zoo was fun, but
the next time he sees him, the first thing that happens is he gets punched in the face.
Oh God, it was such a great episode.
Yeah, so everything you named, I'm damn. I think I'm pretty good because, like, maybe Spider Man because I've just seen the other ones, so just to kind of continue that story and see where it goes. But
So, do we think that I want to backtrack to Supergirl? So, I had no desire to see it. Right, I had heard about it and I'd heard Lobo was going to make an appearance, but I had no desire to see it. And when I saw the preview, I was like, "Damn, the movie actually looks good." I give shit less about the whole crypto thing, and that's why she, was sad.
Yeah.
I don't care, but and I know that's the movie, but the few, scenes that they depicted with her, they look great. Like I love her attitude when she's in the bar, and she's just like, "Oh, okay, cool, we're gonna do this," and then like the fight starts, and I thought that was really cool, and then they introduced Lobo, and I have a hang up there. I haven't seen the movie yet though, so I can't really say, but I have a little hang up that they're gonna introduce him kind of weird.
it's the internet.
Into
Just
the
talk like it's fact. Go ahead.
well, I feel like they're not going to introduce his character the right way. I think they're just going to throw him down into the universe. Now, the way I remember Lobo, and maybe I'm completely fucking off, but I only remember him fighting Superman. I don't ever remember him meeting Supergirl. Not at first. So I feel like they just, and I didn't see the last Superman movie, so I don't know if he made an appearance in that.
No, he did not.
So this is his first appearance.
Yeah.
So I don't remember him in the comics just meeting Supergirl before he met everybody else.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of different comics with Lobo because originally when he came out, he wasn't that big a deal, but then he started gaining popularity when they did the Superman the Animated Series show and they brought him in.
Yeah.
He started gaining a lot of mainstream popularity then. I don't think that his first meet was Supergirl, but in the comics at least, like they play up the fact that he is an interstellar bounty hunter. And, that's why he's usually sent after Superman. And sometimes he really fights Superman and tries to bring him in. And then other times he doesn't really fight Superman and try to bring him in, even though he's been paid to do that. And so my concern with Lobo is, why is he there? Is he like sent to hunt her because she's hunting these other people to try to get the cure for crypto? Is he sent to go after Superman but thinks that he can use her to get to him? I mean, we don't have any idea what's going on with Lobo. All we see is that his interactions with Supergirl in the 3 trailers have been peaceful, right? Like in one trailer,
supportive.
Yes.
Yeah.
In one trailer, he's like, "This is going to ruin my day, isn't it?" And then his drink gets smashed and he gets pissed off and starts fighting, right? And so who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, I just don't understand. I'm not saying he looks cool. I'm sure Jason Momoa will do a great job playing the character. He definitely fits the bill for it, but I don't know. I just don't understand why he's involved in the movie. Everything I've seen with her looks awesome, and I feel like the movie, just by what I see, very high level, is that she could survive in the movie all on her own, and he's not a necessary character. And so I'm curious as to what he's even doing. Why is
Unless he only appears in a small portion of the movie,
right?
Because most of the things that we see him in are all in the same area. So he's in the bar.
All the bar scene, all the yeah.
So
he's weird if they're gonna if he's in such a small role of it, they're pushing merchandise for him being in it.
Well, because again, he's like super popular. Everybody loves him for some reason.
I understand that, but when you start doing things like that, that can backfire. Because you get people like, "Oh, he must be," because look, he's got toys, he's got popcorn. Where like he must be something part of this movie in a way. People are gonna get it, and he's like in it for 5 minutes. It could backfire. People could start getting pissed that what they were expecting from what they were seeing doesn't turn out to be the right thing.
Yeah, and I mean, again, that could very well be what's going on. I don't know. And again, it could be that he's trying to use her to get to Superman. Who knows?
She wasn't in Game of Thrones. She was in. God damn it, Joe. She's in House of the Dragon. She's not in Game of Thrones. That's why I'm like, what are you talking about? She's not in that.
Isn't it called Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon?
It's not. No, it's not. It's just called House of the Dragon.
Oh, okay.
So that's why it doesn't make any sense.
Just making sure because I don't watch that shit. I just figure it was all Game of Thrones and
Fucking kids.
dot other shit.
Joe, you're losing credibility. Just saying, you're starting to come off like Crystal Pepsi.
Wow.
Completely see through and shitty.
God damn.
What are you talking about right now? You're welcome.
Thank you.
I don't know what I'll be a thank for, but you are welcome, sir.
Joe must be drinking tonight or typing really fast with anger.
Oh,
It is Game of Thrones House of the Dragons. If you look it up, it just says House of the Dragons. It does not say Game of Thrones anywhere.
oh. Joe and Tony are about to have a
Here it goes.
moment.
Dun dun dun.
Oh, he's gonna pop in. He's just gonna pop in.
I was gonna say he's gonna pop in with fucking guns going.
Oh shit!
Also, the Master Sword is $38.95. Ojin Ringle.
On Regal's website.
He's drinking. He's got to be drinking. There's too many typos for Joe. It's not right.
Oh, now he messaged me. You must.
$38.95. How the hell did they come up with? We're gonna fucking Walmart this shit. It is $36.97. and 14 seconds.
No, the only like tie-in movie theater thing I ever tried to get and wasn't able to get was when Afterlife came out and Regal had a limited edition.
Penis.
No, god damn it. That's what you would have been after, not me. You mentioned the bag, the lounge fly.
Yeah.
They did a lounge fly that looked like the Proton Pack. And
Yeah, I've seen that before.
my daughter really, really wanted it, and my wife is like, try to get it for her. She really, because at that time she loved Ghostbusters, and it was gone. And they were selling it $100, which is a fair price, and people bought them all and put them on eBay for $500, and that was the end of that.
Is it a Regal merch website, by the way?
No idea.
Joe sent it to us.
Yeah, I don't know if I should take anything he says right now. He's probably still mad. Promos, food and drink, ungifting, theaters, movies.
When does the Doomsday or whatever the fuck it's called come out?
December.
What is Doomsday?
The new
Marvel
Avengers movie.
The what? I'm sorry, both of you said that at once?
Go ahead, Psycho.
The new Avengers movie. It's called Doomsday.
Oh, yeah. You know what's crazy? Avengers, right? So it's Marvel.
Yeah.
And every time I hear it, all I can think of is fucking Doomsday from Superman.
Fair.
And I know it's not the same thing at all.
So I mean, from what I can think of coming out this year, that's the only thing that I'd probably definitely kind of have to watch. Would be that, just to continue with that story too. And I don't keep track of like horror. Like I just kind of let horror movies pop up and then I watch them. So I don't know what's coming out horror wise at all. I want to see The Mummy. God damn it, I keep forgetting to watch that.
The one with the girl?
Yeah.
I don't know. Everything already tells me that that's shock value.
Oh, I've heard a lot of good things. And the fact that the director said that when he filmed it as if it's part of the Evil Dead franchise. So she's a Deadite, basically.
So
That's
I
the
will
only
tell
reason
you,
you want to see it.
Absolutely.
do you guys ever go back and watch the
Evil
not
Dead's
go back,
great.
but do you ever go to the theaters when they do the retro movies?
I have, not recently.
So
Like I've seen Alien in theater. I've seen Ghostbusters in theater.
So they're going to be doing. I already told you about Jaws, right? July 4th,
Yeah.
they're going to do Jaws. Well, they're going to do the Lost Boys. They don't have a date for that. They're going to do. Well, you don't know what Ponyo is, so that doesn't matter. They're doing Raiders of the Lost Ark. If I didn't tell you that one.
Huh.
Talladega Nights is going back in. I'd go watch that just because it's fucking funny. But they're doing a really good job with the retro thing. They're doing a Fifth Element again. Which, did you guys ever see that in the theater?
when it came out originally.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. But this is the second time they're doing it. That and Spirited Away is like the second time they're going to be putting these movies back in theaters. But yeah, the Mummy thing, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that one.
I would like to see the new Mummy movie they're making with Brendan Fraser.
And Pauly Shore.
No.
They're making a new Mummy with Brendan Fraser?
Yep. They're currently in production right now. The original cast is coming back, all of them, and they're gonna act like the third movie didn't exist. This is a sequel to the second one.
Can we just act like none of the movies existed?
I mean, you can, but those movies are damn entertaining. So,
holy shit!
Not good though.
I mean, it depends on what makes a movie good. If it's entertaining and I can enjoy it, then it's good enough for me.
They did Trick or Treat last year back in theaters.
Wow. Every one of the popcorn buckets on the Regal website, with the exception of Superman, that's the only one on sale. Ha, go figure.
Which one is it? Because there were tons of Superman popcorn buckets. So which one is it?
It's the one where he's like using heat vision into the popcorn machine.
Popcorn, yeah, it's the one that I got.
They sold out of the Mando on with the Grogu on the shoulder. They sold out of the AT-AT. They sold out of the Scream popcorn bucket. These are ones I just figure people would care about. Yoshi. They sold out of the Luma, the Star Child bullshit.
Yep.
And then they've got a pre-order. Well, not a pre-order, a coming soon of the Masters of the Universe throne that lights up. Looks badass. It's got He-Man, Skeletor's at the top, and as he's walking up, the fucking flames light up.
Yeah,
that's bad as shit. It's only $52. Oh, it's sold out. Just kidding. It says preview, but it's sold out.
But no, Joe, we haven't seen it yet, and that's the one we were just talking about, where Tony said that he's not sure about it. According to Joe, it's horror gold.
What is?
The Mummy. The Mummy came out earlier this year.
The one with the girl?
Yeah.
I thought that wasn't out yet.
It is out.
Came out in April.
Said that to you the last time you guys talked about it.
Huh.
It came out in April 2026. It grossed $90 million on a $22 million budget.
I'll have to check it out. Did you see the fucking Dracula movie?
No.
Dracula covering it?
No. No. So Rebel Girl.
Are they doing a remake Blackula?
No. So Rebel Girl and I the other night watched the new Dracula movie, and I'm gonna tell you right now, dude, it is as good or better than the original Bram Stoker's Dracula. Wheeze, I'm telling you.
After your Frankenstein review,
Wheeze, I'm telling you.
I'm hesitant.
It is done so damn well. There was not one point where I wanted to get up and walk away, other than I absolutely had to freaking go to the bathroom. But at no point did I want to get up and leave the screen. The movie was just so damn good. It was good from beginning to end.
No, I plan on. I'll definitely watch it. You burned me with Frankenstein. I enjoyed Frankenstein, but you burned me with that. So I don't know if to trust you.
The guy who plays Dracula plays, Dracula, whatever he wants to call himself. Again, all the stuff you remember. The only scene they didn't do that I really thought they were going to was the shaving scene.
Okay, yeah.
And then he's got, he licks the blade afterwards. It's the only thing they didn't do that I really thought they would have paid homage to. But they did a great job with like the blood part of it. The way he looks, and the story of what he's trying to accomplish in the movie was just freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Did you see? It came out last year. The Nosferatu.
I didn't see Nosferatu.
Okay.
He's more than a vampire, though.
But still don't. Is Tony frozen?
No.
I don't know.
Oh. You're very good at holding still.
I was dropping it because that was it was an ICP song where they sung about Nosferatu and they said he's more than a vampire. And I was waiting to see if you're going to pick up on it because of how much you hate that shit.
What do I hate?
ICP.
ICP.
What he said.
I have like 5 of their albums.
Aren't you the one that talks so much shit in the groups?
No, I just make fun of Chase because he's a juggalo and paints his face white.
Oh, well, I can see that. He's also got gold teeth. He just looks like something off of a
No, that's Chaz. God damn it.
kid's scribble book.
You have Chaz and then you have Chase. Chaz is in Miami. Chase is in like West Palm Beach. He like builds wooden things for boats.
You're
Are
confused.
you part of the same group?
I don't know who Chase is then. I
He's
thought
Chase.
You're confusing him, Chris.
I see that.
you are confusing me, Chris.
So Dead Frame seems to think that Nosferatu is really good. It was really slow for me in parts. I was just like come on. The story wasn't bad. It just it took a while for it to get to where it wanted to go.
It's worth a watch though.
Yeah, I guess you could give it a watch. Do you enjoy the original?
Nosferatu's character is
Do you
not.
enjoy the silent film?
No,
Oh, then you might like this.
but Nosferatu's character is not entertainment value in my opinion. He's just dark and spooky. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's not horrible. It's just it was very slow, and when the movie gets really slow, it loses my interest, and then I'm just like, fuck it, what am I doing? I could rather watch paint dry.
What about horror movies that were? And I know, Psycho, you're not real big on horror movies, so I apologize that we're gonna bore you for a second. But what about some horror movies that they were good? And I've got one in my brain. Here we go. Should that? There it is. There it fucking is. Saw that shit coming.
I can't stop. I can't type fast enough.
Goddamn wusses, man.
I don't work
That
for
was jealousy if I've ever heard it before in my life.
Whatever you're drinking looks like you pissed in the bottle, and now you're trying to drink it again. Like you finished it once.
That's a really light crowd.
He's gonna have to get that checked later.
All he did right there was remind me, like back in like 11th, maybe 10th grade. I was at a buddy's house for like New Year's. We were trying to take pictures, like, well, we're celebrating. We like took empty beer bottles and filled them up with shit, so it looked like we were drinking beer. Like that's all Joe just did. He put lemonade in his fucking.
There's a shit ton of high C in there.
It's all high C. It's peach. It's peach with watered down. Yeah. It's a little bit of a mix. I can't drink it straight.
Do you remember? The hell is the movie called? It's the Jack the Ripper movie with Johnny Depp. From Hell? Is it called From Hell?
You're what?
That doesn't sound right.
It's the Jack the Ripper movie.
You've lost me. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, no, it is From Hell.
When the hell did that come out?
2001.
The fuck?
So it's back when Johnny Depp was doing like when was Headless Horseman? 98? 99? Sleepy Hollow?
Sleepy Hollow?
94.
Yeah.
93, 94.
No, is it that old?
No.
Yeah.
No, I had like 97, 98.
I'm saying 98.
99. All right, 99.
Yeah. So it was during that era though. Johnny Depp's like like Edward Scissorhands, that was like 96, right? 95.
That was
96?
like 93.
Yeah.
Okay.
Edward Scissorhands was early, yeah.
So it was during it was during Johnny Depp's What We Do in the Shadows era, like his little goth era, right? Where he was doing all those kind of movies. Like, I mean, I know Johnny Depp's kind of like that.
Wasn't What We Do in the Shadows like within the past 10 years?
Chloe Moretz is in it, so
Yeah,
15.
your era of Johnny Depp is all over the place.
Nah, I'm good. So, but he plays like this constable, whatever, and he's investigating the deaths that are happening in like the Whitechapel area, whatever. And what? No, it's not.
We're talking about Sleepy Hollow.
No, God damn it! I'm trying to talk about Jack the Ripper, and Corinne said Sleepy Hollow, and now you guys are talking Sleepy Hollow.
It's the same movie. Then
it's not the same movie. So, oh my God,
isn't that what Johnny Depp's character did in Sleepy Hollow? He went
does
to
the
investigate.
same thing in both goddamn movies, people.
Same movie then.
Sounds like the same movie.
So when
about the
he's
same time
investigating
era
his-
too. Like it's
when he's investigating as Jack the Ripper, or not as Jack the Ripper, he's investigating the Jack the Ripper murders. I think that's a movie that, take Johnny Depp out of it, we need a reboot for Jack the Ripper, and I think it needs to be darker and I think we need a little more gore factor, because the one with Johnny Depp, you got the gore of, you know, when they found the girls after the fact, I guess you could say, but they were like split-second shots. It was just like here's the crime scene, take it away. You know, they couldn't show too much for TV. I think it was PG-13. That might have been why.
so. At what point does Jack the Ripper lose his head and ride a horse?
After he gets summoned by the chick and the spell's cast, usually it's after that.
Okay, cool. No, I've never even heard of that movie, Tony, but it does intrigue me, so I will have to check it out. Seriously, I didn't even know there was a Jack the Ripper movie, so that's. But I'll take a new one. But I feel like if they try to do like a Jack the Ripper movie now, there would be a 50-50 chance that it would be like some modern day telling where it'd be like Jack the Ripper in 2026. And that would be a problem.
Yeah. It's a real pickle.
Tony's upset. We were mean.
Watch the new Mummy movie. Absolutely watch it. It's like The Exorcist and the Mummy combined. It was pretty amazing and just kept you on the edge of your seat the whole freaking movie. There wasn't a quiet time in the whole movie.
Was there a Headless Horseman and a Heath Ledger problem? Because you guys can go fuck yourselves.
She only shapeshifted the Heath Ledger in her dream, but you know.
So,
I'd like to point out that I was not involved in any of that nonsense at all. Just, throw that out there.
It wasn't even good, like heckling. It wasn't letting me finish what I was saying and then just interrupt. That's cool. Fuck it. It's about 10:30. It's about time for me to log. So you guys go ahead and keep going there.
I mean, it was me and Corinne, right? Because I don't think we said anything. It was just me and Corinne.
Oh no, we're good. Let's just keep going.
thanks for joining us, Joe.
Sorry. I mean, I could get a drill and hang pictures behind me if you guys want to see that. That might be entertaining. Sorry. I had to. At least you got light again.
The shelves are up too. You weren't here at the beginning of the episode. He showed us the shelves.
They look good. Everything
No.
behind them looks good. Oh.
No, they're on the side. The new ones that caused the power outage.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah, it looks good.
Oh man.
Hopefully they stay looking good. We'll see. Chris is convinced that they're just going to rip out of the wall. So,
I mean, they could. I've seen it happen, but they probably won't. But I've definitely seen Tapcons rip out of walls. Oh shit!
If the mouse wouldn't chase me, I'd say, "Hey, you guys want to hear some Robert Downey racist jokes?"
Wow. No.
I've recorded some, but
Joe, you're gonna get a letter from the mouse. Watch
that's
out.
what I said. The mouse might tear the show down and like spam it.
Let's not do that. I was trying to think. I was looking up, trying to see what else is coming out that looks interesting for this year, but I'm not seeing a whole hell of a lot that looks interesting, like across the movie world. Psycho, you listed off a couple, but not much else. Or am I misreading?
No, I mean, I listened to things I was interested in, but you didn't seem interested in any of them, so I can imagine that there isn't anything that you would go see.
Well, I mean, all right. So you did ask whether we can get onto this little part that we didn't really discuss before we get out of here and Tony runs away. Because you said what can get you to go to a theater, right?
Yeah.
Like, is there anything that you're like, I have to go to a theater to watch that no matter what? And I mean, I know there's a few franchises that I'll go see in theater day one, need be. But what about you guys?
I want to see Masters. I don't know if I will. I wanted to see Mortal Kombat, and it barely survived against Devil Wears Prada 2, so it's going to be streaming next week. So I don't know.
I heard Mortal Kombat 2 was actually great.
I heard it was great, 100%. Yeah, I heard it was great, but it
the
struggled.
numbers got destroyed by Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
But then, like, because like even during COVID, when all the theaters were like doing their bullshit close thing, like we all went and saw Ghostbusters in theater. Like we all said, "Fuck your COVID, we're going to the theater." Like, so anytime a Ghostbusters movie comes out, I'll be in theaters for that. Alien Predator, I'll be in theaters for those. But I don't think there's much else that I have to see it in theater no matter what.
For me, it used to be Marvel movies. I had to go and see the movie in theaters. But there's been a lot that I have not seen in theaters recently. So now it's kind of like Superman was one I had to go see in the theater. Supergirl, I'm gonna go see in the theater because my daughter really wants to see it, so I wanna do that. Spider-Man, I'm definitely gonna see in the theaters. Got to see Spider-Man in the theater. But like other movies, like I was saying, the End of Oak Street or whatever, I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not going to the theater for it. That's not a movie I'm gonna spend $20 a ticket on. Can't do it.
I don't do that anymore anyway. I haven't done that since I was like in my early 20s or even in high school, where I would just go see random movies that I thought looked good, but I'd go see them in the theater. Not with the fact we have like easy streaming nowadays. Now it's like, yeah, I'll wait for that one to come out. You know,
it's too fucking expensive to take the risk. Right? Like
it's
that's
$6. It was $6 back then, and maybe you snuck into 2 other movies. So,
well, if you're psycho, you stayed all fucking day apparently.
Exactly.
I've done that. I've done that. Yeah, 100%.
My dad and I, we would go in and we'd open the theater and we would close the theater. We'd get out of there at like midnight. We would see 5-6 movies in one day.
His dad still has a hell of a bill with the movie theater. They just don't know it yet.
Yep, probably.
Yeah, I got
cinema tax evasion.
Oh man,
they knew what they were doing. That's why they let you buy the popcorn that was refillable all day. They knew what they were doing.
Oh, I just love the admission to theft. It's all right.
No one cared back then, and the theaters didn't care because they were making money on popcorn and all the other junk.
And it's not like we did it. We walked right past the people who worked there, the manager. How you doing? As we walked into the new one, like it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I guess we're gonna get this wrapped up, cut this down, and get on out of here. The fuck are you doing, Tony?
I was fixing my microphone.
I thought you were trying to play with a lightsaber. Jesus.
Short one.
Tony, you got anything to plug for coming up? Show this weekend?
Yeah, show on Sunday in Lakeland. I'm only bringing blockies. I'm not going all out. There's a lot of stuff going on with that show. A lot of the key vendors are not going to be there. And I'm just not. I was going to go through some extra effort, and I'm like, nah, I'm going to do exactly what I said. I'm just bringing blockies. That's it. I'm not bringing anything else. And whatever I sell, I sell. I did just get in Mandalorian blockies, Bo-Katan blocky. We've got Jeff the Shark from Marvel Rivals is coming in. We already have Penny Parker. She looks pretty cool. We got the Spider-Man. We got Venom. I'm getting Moon Knight is on the way. Looks really, really cool. There's a whole new set. There's Nightwing. There's Batman Beyond, and there's Harley Quinn blockies. They're champion class. I think they look good. A couple people don't really care for them. The Harley looks a little bit anime. That's okay. It's Harley. That'll sell for her. Nobody
Oh,
cares.
absolutely.
It's Harley. She sells anyway. So you make her anime. Now you got fanboys losing their minds. And then the Batman Beyond, the way they did Terry is pretty badass. They've got 2 different ways you can be just Terry, like with the wings on the arms, where they're kind of just coming out. Because he doesn't have a cape.
Right.
Uh,
No case.
or
Yeah.
they have it where his arms are out and he's got the metal cape, the metal flying wings or whatever the hell he's got. So they did a really good job. That looks really cool. And then Nightwing looks pretty badass. And then we've got, of course, just Transformer Blockies coming out of my ass. So, those are painful.
If you didn't put them up there, they wouldn't come out of there.
You're not wrong. And, I like to lubricate them so they're easier to assemble. So,
That makes total sense. And obviously, drinks and toys next week. We never know what the topic is until about 5 minutes into the episode.
yeah, I'll probably talk about the show that just passed and a couple other shows that possibly gearing up for I don't even know yet. And hopefully we come up with something before then. I am trying to put together Unicron right now, and I'm losing my fucking mind over it.
You should have Ice Spark on the next episode so he can walk Tony through that nonsense.
Oh my god, he's probably got schematics drawn up and well beyond the actual instructions, and as always, no capes. So go ahead.
So I already said it, you bastard. No. One thing that I've been seeing a lot in the groups that we could probably bring up next week is the shift that seems to be happening amongst the toy community because of pricing and everything and all the fun stuff going on in the real world. That it seems like a lot of these companies are moving stuff from stores out of Target and this and that. So I'll send you some information so you can see what I'm talking about. We can kind of go deep on that too.
I mean, if NECA keeps doing the pre-order thing for the 2012 figures like they're doing now, where they're releasing 3 at a time, buy all 3, get free shipping, I'll keep doing that every single time.
Yeah.
So.
And then collectors next week. I don't have a topic yet. I don't know what we're going to do at the moment, but we'll have.
We should talk video games next week.
We'll see.
Well, maybe. I mean, we have all the different companies are doing their summer presentations, like what used to be E3, but they're doing their own thing. There's going to be tons of stuff to talk about.
We'll see. Can't guarantee that. We'll see. If it tickles my fancy.
Gross.
For you, it's fun for me. So
the new Hulk Hogan documentary is pretty good. I don't know if you've watched it. It's on Netflix.
It's called Oh Brother.
Jesus Christ. Oh, I've actually heard that. I definitely that's something I do want to watch too. Well, then I guess we'll get on out of here, and anybody who's came in, enjoyed, whatever. Dead Frame, thanks for hanging out. Give us a like, follow, all that fun shit. And once I get in, I'll do the same for you. And hey, maybe we can have you on sometime and discuss our upcoming movie. Not sure which Thursday we're going to do it yet, but we're going to be doing High Tension. It might not even be a Thursday. Me and Tony might just do a bonus one just to kind of throw that in and
Wednesdays.
And check that out. Maybe a Wednesday night one. Yeah, throw it on a Wednesday. But cool. Then with that, I'll see y'all next week, next same time, same channel, all that fun stuff. Batman shit.